Hello students. Students, welcome you all to the English class. And today we are starting chapter number 5, Mother's Day, written by J.B. Priestley. And now I am going to explain you the summary of the chapter. So students, Mother's Day is a play that is performed on the stage. And surely there are characters in the play. There are main 5 characters in the play. That is Annie Pearson, her husband George Pearson, and they have 2 children, daughter Doris and son Cyril, and also they have one neighbor who is very much familiar to them, and her name is Mrs. Fitzgerald. And first of all, I would like to tell you about these 2 ladies, Mrs. Annie Pearson and Mrs. Fitzgerald. Mrs. Annie Pearson is a very weak lady. She is docile, she is submissive. Although she is very much fond of her children, but they treat her just like domestic slave. And her husband George Pearson also doesn't behave her properly. He is not concerned for her. As compared to Mrs. Annie Pearson, Mrs. Fitzgerald is bolder, she is heavier, and she is very much confident lady. Also, one more thing about Mrs. Fitzgerald, she is a fortune teller, and she had learnt this art in an Asian country, and also she had spent 12 years in that country, 12 years of her life. And she has also some bad habits, just like smoking, drinking. Also, she is in the habit of playing cards, just like gambling. And now we start summary. When the chapter starts, when the play starts, as it is performed on the stage, the curtain rises, and both the ladies, Annie Pearson and Mrs. Fitzgerald, are seen sitting on the stage. They are in the living room of Annie Pearson, and they both are talking to each other. They are discussing their family matters. Then Annie Pearson tells her that she is not treated well by her family members. As she tells about her children, Doris and Cyril, she says that although they both are grown-ups and they are working at some place in some office, and when they come back to the house, they are always in hurry, and again they want to run away from the house because they want to enjoy themselves. They want to enjoy their life. And also she tells about her husband that she also doesn't take care of her, and also whenever he comes back from the office, he again goes to the club. And then Mrs. Fitzgerald tells her that, she advises her that, also she tells about herself that she lives her life on her own terms, and she is also very much confident, and also advises Mrs. Annie Pearson that now it is up to her that she has to make her place in the family. And also she says that she has a plan. If she would be ready for that, then she would surely bring Annie Pearson's family on the right path. Then Mrs. Annie Pearson agrees with her, and also she is ready for this plan. And as I have already told you that Mrs. Fitzgerald is a fortune teller. Then she holds the hand of Mrs. Annie Pearson and she mutters a magic spell in her mouth, and then both the ladies relax for a while, and when they come to the life again, their personalities are changed, means their souls are interchanged. Mrs. Pearson has become Mrs. Fitzgerald and Mrs. Fitzgerald has become Mrs. Pearson. Now Mrs. Pearson looks very bold, heavier, older lady, and Mrs. Annie Pearson looks bolder, heavier, older lady, and Mrs. Fitzgerald looks the weak lady. And when Mrs. Pearson looks at herself, at once she screams, she cries, as her personality has totally changed. But she is not happy with this personality, and she demands that very soon they would come back to their own personalities. And then she goes to the house of Mrs. Fitzgerald. She leaves the house of Mrs. Annie Pearson. Actually, her own house. And now Doris enters the room and she sees that her mother is smoking, and she is taken back. She is surprised, and then she demands for the tea and also asks her mother if her silk sari has been ironed or not. But Mrs. Pearson says that she would not prepare tea for her and also she would not iron her silk sari. And then she says that Doris says that she is in hurry. She has to go out of the house with her boyfriend Charlie Spence. And then Mrs. Pearson makes fun of Charlie Spence. She starts mocking at him and she says that he has buck teeth and also he is half-witted. And after hearing these words, Doris becomes angry. She is irritated and she runs back to her room. She doesn't go outside. And then enters Cyril, son of Mrs. Annie Pearson. He also demands for the tea and also he asks her mother if her clothes are mended or not. Again, mother refuses him also. She doesn't prepare tea for him. Even her clothes are also not mended. He also gets astonished to know such kind of behavior of his mother. And then both Doris and Cyril talk to each other that something has hit their mother's head and she has become barmy. That's why she is behaving like that. And then Doris says directly to her mother that something has hit your head. Then mother gets angry and she says her to behave properly. And also she says that she announces that now she would not do all the domestic chores. She will not do work more than 8 hours. As she is also a human being, she also wants rest. And she says that for the dinner she would also go outside to the hotel, to the restaurant. And then they talk, Doris and Cyril both talk to each other. They say that when their father would come, then he would handle the situation. Now they eagerly wait for their father's arrival to the house. And now comes George Pearson at house. And when he comes back, he is also in hurry as usual. And he also demands, he doesn't demand tea that day. He says that today I will not take tea, but I have to go to club. Then Annie Pearson says that she has not prepared tea today. Then he also gets surprised that what is to see the different behavior of his wife. Although till now she had always prepared tea before his arrival, but today she had not prepared tea for him. And then he says that I am going to club, but Annie Pearson says that she starts laughing at him and says that you are going to club, but you know the people at club call you Pompey Pearson. He gets angry. He at once gets angry. Why she is saying so? But then Cyril also says that she is right. The people at club always mock at him and they call him Pompey Pearson. Then George Pearson goes back to his room. He doesn't go to club. Then Cyril says his mother that she would not have treated with his father like that. But Annie Pearson says that she was saying the truth and he should not go to a club every day because people are mocking at him. And then at the same time comes Mrs. Fitzgerald. She knocks at the door. Cyril opens the door and he says that silly neighbor has come. Then after hearing these words, Mrs. Annie Pearson rebukes him and says that he should not speak like that about Mrs. Fitzgerald. Then both the ladies start talking to each other and Mrs. Fitzgerald, actually who is in the personality of Annie Pearson, says that now she has tried her best to bring her family on the right path. Then Mrs. Annie Pearson says thanks for that and also she wants to see what has happened in the house. Then comes Doris and she asks about asked to Doris that why she had not gone outside the house, why she has not gone with her boyfriend. Then Doris says that only she is responsible for this miserable condition of her as she is not going outside today. Then Cyril also comes. Cyril also says that today she has not prepared tea for her. Then Mr. George comes. George comes in the room and he gets surprised when Mrs. Fitzgerald calls him by his name George. He says that Annie Pearson has totally changed. Now she is calling him by his name, and also he says that she had not prepared tea for him, and also she was saying that he is mocked at club as people call him Pompey Pearson. Then when he looks at his wife while talking to Fitzgerald, he becomes surprised that why she is calling to Mrs. Fitzgerald as Mrs. Annie Pearson. Now he is also very much sure that something has hit her head. That's why she is behaving like that. Now Mrs. Annie Pearson tells all the family members to leave the room as they have to talk to each other. Mrs. Fitzgerald and Annie Pearson had to talk to each other, and they wanted to be left alone in the room. The all family members leave the room, and they both start talking to each other again. Now Mrs. Fitzgerald tells Annie Pearson that now she has tried her best to bring her family on the right path, and also advises her that only with such behavior your family would be brought to the right path. You also have to behave every day like that as she had behaved since morning today. Then Mrs. Pearson tells her to change the personalities as she is in hurry. She wants to come back to the house. And again Mrs. Fitzgerald mutters the old spell, and their personalities are changed. Now again both are changed. Their souls are changed. Mrs. Annie Pearson has become Fitzgerald, and Fitzgerald has become Mrs. Annie Pearson. And now Mrs. Annie Pearson also wants to do work on her own as on her wishes. She says to the family that every day they would spend time together and they would start playing rummy at the night. And also she tells her children that every day they would prepare supper, and while their parents would be talking to each other. And also her children agrees with her. They start preparing tea for them, and at last they start playing rummy, and they sit together. And Mrs. Fitzgerald leaves the house. And now the whole family member become very much happy, and also Mrs. Annie Pearson is very much grateful. She is thankful to Mrs. Fitzgerald as she had helped her very much. And now she starts living happily with her family. So students, in this chapter, J.B. Priestley has tried to show the real situation of the women in the world, all over the world. He has tried his best to tell that how the women are treated in the house as a wife and as a mother, and also he has tried to explain all this in the humorous and satirical way. So students, this is all about the chapter, the summary of the chapter, and in the next class I will explain you the chapter in detail. Till then, goodbye and have a nice day.